Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me again. I'm excited to share my recent journey in selling some fine jewelry and the reasons that led me to that decision. In this video, I'll walk you through how I sorted my collection, what I ended up selling, and how I choose to reinvest the proceeds. Whether you're a jewelry enthusiast or just thinking about investment options, there are insights here that might be valuable to you. So, make sure to stay with me until the end for some useful tips. A few weeks back, I took on the task of organizing my jewelry collection, and this has become a bit of a tradition for me after the new year. A refreshing way to start the year off, right? You know how quickly jewelry can become a jumbled mess, especially when you're in a rush to wear something special or when you're not paying attention while taking items off. I usually keep my fine jewelry separate from more casual pieces, but sometimes they get mixed together, which adds to the chaos. While I was going through all my jewelry, I discovered several items that I hardly wore anymore or that felt a bit outdated to me. Even though these pieces were made of real gold, 18 karat, 21, 22, 24 carats, and diamonds and still look nice, there comes a time when you simply don't feel like wearing certain things anymore. My motivation for purchasing jewelry is not just for investment or to pass pieces down to my children later, but it's also to enjoy them in the present. However, as I added new items to my collection, I noticed that some older pieces were just sitting there untouched, which defeats the purpose of having them. During my organizational process, I also found some items that were worn down or damaged. There were delicate chains that had broken, particularly my 24-karat Chinese gold pieces, which are very dainty, as well as earrings, missing backs, and rings without their stones. However, the luxury jewelry pieces I owned displayed high craftsmanship and remained in great condition. I genuinely appreciate my custom-made pieces made by my jeweler, but it's clear that for most mass-produced pieces in the market, quality plays a major role in how long they last. So after determining what pieces were outdated or damaged, I decided it was time to visit Ong Pin in Santa Cruz to see if I could trade or sell them. I figured that selling these pieces could alleviate my pressure I might feel to buy new ones right after selling my gold. To my surprise, I ended up selling more than 500,000 pesos worth of jewelry. Specifically, it was over 700,000 pesos to batches.
Hindi ko kayang estimatein, sobrang dami. Kailangan ko talagang makalas yung batubos.
It was truly staggering to realize, and while I couldn't remember the exact amount I spent on each piece, I knew that I got a significantly higher amount when I sold them. So all in all, I sold 16 pieces. This leads me to a helpful tip for everyone with a jewelry collection. Always keep your receipts. Having them organized and noting important details like carats, grams, and prices can be extremely helpful. You could digitize this information or take photos of each piece for easy reference. Personally, I didn't do that because I viewed my jewelry as personal items meant to be cherished, but I can see how it would be useful. One important tip when buying your jewelry pieces for investment, pure gold like 24 or 22 karat is more advisable than jewelry with diamonds or other gemstones. Diamonds have a value that can vary based on quality, cut, clarity, and carat weight. The 4 C's, remember, making it harder to treat them as liquid assets compared to gold, which has a more stable price. It's just in our case in the Philippines. When investing in jewelry, diamonds don't add significant value when the jewelry is pawned or sold in pawn shops or gold buyers in the Philippines. Often, the price is based mainly on the gold content and diamonds are not factored in unless the stones are of exceptionally high quality or size. Jewelry with diamonds is fine if it's for personal use or as a collection. But when it comes to investment, it is better to focus on gold or platinum, which are easier to liquidate or appraise quickly and accurately. The price of a jewelry with diamonds, no matter where you are in the world, is very, very high. But when you sell or pawn, here it doesn't hold value. Only the gold is evaluated. Maybe we lack expertise in assessing diamonds when it comes to details. Guys, among the notable pieces I sold was a substantial 24-karat Chinese gold necklace, which I had bought for 150,000 pesos way back, and I managed to sell it for 205,000 pesos. I chose to sell it because it was made from a softer material which had started to bend and distort the clasp and pendant. Plus, the length of the necklace meant that I ended up wearing it less and less. It was too long for me. Now, the other items included some outdated designs, broken chains, and rings primarily made from 18-karat, 21, and 22-karat gold. With the money from the sale, I contemplated reinvesting in my jewelry collection rather than simply putting the funds in a bank account, especially since interest rates are not particularly appealing. In the end, I used the proceeds to purchase 6 new pieces of jewelry. This time, I made sure to select items that were heavy, of high value, and visually striking for me. I wanted to ensure that my latest additions would feature better craftsmanship and would last longer. Although I forgot to take photos of some of the items I sold, I still have many other pieces in my collection that I am contemplating selling down the line. I feel that I've successfully upgraded my collection by swapping out older pieces for more stylish and valuable ones that I can genuinely enjoy. I'm gonna show you the pieces, the new pieces I got. I'm super excited. Of course, there are certain branded fine jewelry pieces that I have no intention of selling, like those from Cartier, Tiffany, Louis Vuitton, or Van Cleef & Arpels. These hold value, not just from their material worth, but also due to their superior craftsmanship and the prestige of the brands. Another tip is, if you happen to have old or outdated gold jewelry that's just collecting dust, think about trading it for new pieces that not only serve as investments but also enhance your style. Given the current rise in both buying and selling gold prices, you may find a way to turn those forgotten items into a profit. If you found this discussion helpful or informative, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all for your support. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications to stay updated on my latest content. My passions include luxury fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!